Hi everyone, it's Micaela with the Tintstitute. Thank you all for joining. I know most of our followers out there are in the window film, paint protection, or vinyl wrap industry. However, I do think this video could be beneficial to any small business owner across the U.S. as most of the things I'm going to talk about today are applicable to small businesses, anyone with under 500 employees, and these loans and grants I'm going to discuss are given through the government, so they are available, in my understanding, all across the U.S. So before I begin, I just want to, say I hope everyone's staying safe out there and keeping a positive attitude and just doing what you can for your business and family to move forward and really get through this. Also wanted to say I'm not an attorney, I'm not a government official, I don't have all the answers. However, the things I'm going to go over and the things I'm going to discuss are just my understanding and our recommendation here at the Tintstitute of what we've done and some of the loans and grants we have either already applied for or are planning on applying for. So the first thing I'm going to talk about, and I think this is the most important thing to do right now if you have not already, there's a $10,000 grant and there's an application for this. It is not a loan in my understanding, because they're actually going to be giving you up to $10,000 if you qualify, even though this application is called the Economic Injury Disaster Loan, EIDL. And why I believe it's called that is there's two pieces to it. There is a grant and a loan. The grant is what we have applied for. If you do qualify, you could get up to $10,000. Again, this is what I understand and what I've been told from this. You'll want to do research on your own and talk to other professionals in your industry, your accountant, anyone else that you have access to and could use as a resource. These are really uncertain times, so it's important for everyone to reach out and work together to really understand what's going on and things to take advantage of at this point in time that could benefit your business in the future. So moving forward, we sent in our application on Tuesday for this. It was about 15-minute application. The only things they asked for were just super simple things like who are the owners of the business, contact information, address, phone number, what's the tax ID of the business, what have been your costs of goods sold from January 19 to January 2020, what have been your sales during that same time period, and just some simple yes or no answer questions like, are you into the tobacco industry? Are you in the gambling industry? Have you been convicted of a felony? Things of that nature. The other thing that they did ask for was they asked for a routing number to your bank account and a checking account number, so that if you were approved for the loan, they could directly, the grant, they could directly just deposit those funds. What they're doing is they're really trying to streamline this process and make it as simple as possible for the people that are going through and qualifying these applications, and then also for business owners to be able to access these funds. So what these funds are meant for is it's part of the stimulus program that's going on right now, and it's meant for business owners to cover the expenses. So our operating expenses, payroll expenses, rent and mortgage expenses. So you can use these funds for any of those things. The $10,000 piece, you do not have to pay back, which is great. And I have heard from a couple people that there are limitations to how much funds are available, and that the sooner you apply, the better chance you will have of actually accessing these funds or being approved for these funds. So if you haven't already applied for this loan right away, I'm going to have a link directly to the application and then also to the SBA site that talks about this grant, requirements for it, etc. I read through the requirements. They're very straightforward. You've been in business since January 31, 2020. you have less than 500 employees, you can be a sole proprietorship, independent contractor, or self-employed. So really, please go check it out. We want you to be able to take advantage of this, and I felt like it was really important to get this video out today, just so those people that haven't heard of this, go apply today. The second piece, if you have been following Austin and I for a while, you know that we don't operate our business with any sort of debt, so we don't have credit card payments or car loans or anything like that. However, there is a PPP loan that has become available as of the 3rd, which would be today. And what that loan is it's actually 100% forgivable if you use the money on payroll expenses. And there's a breakdown and several charts you can look at. It is pretty particular to how much of the loan will be forgiven versus how much of the loan you use on payroll. So for example, you will get 100% forgiven of the loan if you use all the money towards payroll expenses, and those future payroll expenses are equivalent or more to the payroll that you had before the pandemic started going on. So the reason that they're doing this is to promote small businesses, to keep employees on the payroll, and again, just a part of the huge stimulus package to keep the economy going, to keep people employed, and to keep small business owners in business. So I will also put a link to that loan. Again, that's the PPP loan. That stands for Paycheck Protection Program loan. The other piece of the stimulus package is other loans that are available, and they're available at a really low interest rate. Even if you got the Paycheck Protection Program loan, and say your payroll costs didn't exceed or equal previous payroll costs, you will still get a percentage forgiven, but it will be less if your payroll has dropped. So look at the charts, check in with your local banks. The PPP loan, you're going to go directly to your local bank. There's no difference if you go to Bank of America or Chase, or like here our local banks, Pacific Premier. When I talked to our banking customer service, I said, hey, is there any difference in rates? Like, should I be shopping around? Are the applications different depending on the bank? And she said, no, this is a government issued loan, so it is universal, and they're rolling it out amongst all the banks. And we are basically just facilitating the loan, but all of the terms in the application are uniform and determined by the government. And there are, like I said, other loans available and caveats to loans depending on your payroll, your income, and your business needs. So just do your best to take the time to go through some of these links I'm sending out. If you haven't already, reach out to other small business owners, and if you have access to attorney or accounting department or someone that you really trust in the banking or loan industry, definitely reach out to them and talk to those people during this time. One thing that I did, I just had so many questions and was really uncertain on, keeping our team members on and like what should be communicated to them. And just other questions Austin and I had about moving forward and what things could look like for us. One website that I found was really useful is justanswer.com. What this website does is it actually connects you with a specialized attorney in whatever topic you want to talk about. And it connected me to an attorney in about 5 minutes. It gave me a price right away. It showed me that attorney's credentials and reviews, and then I was on the phone with them within like 5 to 10 minutes. And he was in the US, super easy to talk to and really knowledgeable about the topic that I had. So it was definitely worth the $59 just to get some peace of mind and talk to a professional that had already read the bills and some of the caveats of all these things that are going on with unemployment and the stimulus packages and things of that nature. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments or reach out to us directly. If you are a little bit slow on the business side or on the regular sales flow side, take this time to make shop improvements, make improvement a priority, reach out to your key clients, just keep yourself busy, stay positive, and we'll see you on the next video.